Rabbeinu Bachya continues in Meini Bitachon Shleis Arav Shum Sofik B'Bitachon. Part of Bitachon is that there shouldn't be sfeikis, meaning say not a person should have Bitachon, but you know what, I'm not sure. No. Part of Bitachon itself is not to have any sfeikis. Even if a person finds himself in terrible situations, he should still strengthen himself in avodas Hashem and have Bitachon. Now, interestingly enough, this that he brings to Rabbeinu Yoina, that a person in a matzah of tzara shall still strengthen himself in his avodas Hashem, fits very well with what Rabbeinu Bachya told us and Rabbeinu Avraham ben Rambam told us about tefillah. That tefillah is something that strengthens the bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because why am I davening? I'm davening because I have bitachon that it's in the power of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to help me, and He will help me. And that's the same thing here. If a person allows himself because of its aura not to do avodas Hashem, not to do his avodah, then Kavayachal is like letting go of that idea of knowing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants him to do something, knowing that everything is from HaKadosh Baruch Hu and so forth. But when a person strengthens himself to do his avodas Hashem, even when he's in trouble, then other rabbi, that adds to his bitachon. V'yivtach boi be'emes ki schore koflem u'chuplan. Other rabbi, his reward will be doubled. V'chi Hashem is barach yivchel ha'tov. It will be Hashem that will choose what's actually good for you. V'chi ein ha'bchir b'yad atzme ki lif'amim u'choshev sh'b'richa asa tov v'tir ever. Because sometimes a human being can think something is good, and indeed the opposite is true. U'lekach yesh l'kol adam limse kol inyan v'b'chir asa le'en. That's why every person really should be giving over his bechira, giving over his choices, giving over everything in his life to the bechira of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki hu yivcha v'lo is that He, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, should be the one that chooses for us, and not us. Because He is the one that created us from before we were born. He is the one that knows everything that's good for us and not good for us. In other words, going back here to what Rabbeinu Bachya and the Chovis Avavas detailed for us, how He is the only one who knows us from before we were born until after we were born, and He's the one that's always there, and so forth, all the conditions that Rabbeinu Bachya listed there, and that's what he's adding in here. That's what David HaMelech said. Hashem should be the one to tell me where I should walk, where I should go, what I should do in my life, because He's the only one that actually knows what's good for me. And if a person sees that some things are happening to him, he has to know that this is direct from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and yes, maybe indeed it is a punishment, but a punishment that's good for him, so it should remove his averis, because Hashem only sends these types of messages to the people He loves, and everything is good for him to remove a person's averis, to make him closer to Hashem and to add to his chelik in Gan Eden. And of course, maybe the most important line here is unfortunately, so many times when people find themselves in trouble, and it's the thing, they use that as an excuse to remove themselves from Hashem Yisbarach. What they're not realizing is the actual intention of that thing that is happening to them or for them is l'karv al Hashem Yisbarach, is an opportunity for them to double down on emunah, double down on bitachon, double down on tefillah, double down on avodas Hashem, to make them closer. Everything that happens to us is another opportunity for us to get closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Have a wonderful day.